Hey everyone, welcome back to Aussie Boaters Camp Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how I make my Bolognese. And oddly enough, it's one of my favourite dishes, but I can't remember the last time I actually made it. So I'm showing you today. I'm just caramelizing one onion at the moment, chopped up onion, and I'm recording it in landscape because Steve and Diane made a comment before they want to see it in landscape, so you can obviously see it on proper television, unlike my last vegan video, my vegan curry video, where I was doing it portrait because I want to kind of see me as well. So I'm just kind of sitting on a stool, so you can see me and the ingredients, but I may disappear at some point, right? So, see, to caramelize the onions. Now I add fresh chili. So I've got 2 small red chilies. Chuck them in it as well. Chuck that up. Turn the heat up a bit. And once that's done, you chuck in your mince. So I've used, this is low fat beef mince. So cook that, get that. You're basically gonna just get it, cooked so, I was gonna say brown, but it kind of goes grey. Right. And given that I've just only recovered from losing my voice, I'm actually drinking bourbon at the moment. I decided to have a change, so I'm drinking, got myself a nice bottle of Jack, because that's the other, I do like a bit of bourbon. Cheers. So I'll give that a bit of get that cooking. Oh, it's really hard trying to cook when you're sitting down, I tell you. I swear to God, my next boat, I'm going to make sure that I've got bloody headroom, Right. So that's all good. So we'll just let that do its thing for a little bit. Once that's in, I could probably chuck in, I've got a couple of rashers of smoked bacon as well, just chopped up, I'd use smoked bacon because it gives a lovely flavour, adds a lovely flavour to the beef. So we'll sort of chuck that in there as well. Give it a bit of a stir. Now you can use packaged chili. I prefer, my dad always used to say fresh is best. So I prefer to use fresh chili. I prefer to use fresh everything where possible. It just makes everything so much nicer. And I often find that, particularly with garlic and things like that, if you buy like the tube garlic, it's got like extra sugar or vinegar and things like that in it, so I do prefer to use fresh ingredients where possible. Obviously, it's easier if you're on a boat, perhaps, might not be able to keep fresh ingredients long, but look, I've got Tesco 5 minutes away, so it's not really that much of an issue for me at the moment. So there we go, so that's cooking up nicely, you can see there. Right. And then fresh mushrooms. I bought the pre-sliced ones because I'm lazy. So chuck all those in as well. and I just chop them up using my, spatula here to little chunks. But they, as you know, probably from cooking mushrooms, they reduce in size when you cook them. They get smaller. So, but just chop them up. Ooh. Yeah, it's a bit hard trying to cook when you're sitting down, I'll tell you what. Well, that's kind of doing its thing. I'll just explain the other ingredients. So I've also got red kidney beans, tomato passata. Also adding a small tin of tomato soup. I've got my fresh garlic there, which I'll add after, because obviously I like to let the garlic infuse into the dish rather than fry it up first, because it kind of kills it. And I've also got some sausages as well. So what I've done with the sausage, I've actually parboiled it. So I've just chucked it into a pot and boiled it for a minute or two. It helps get rid of the skin, and also starts getting rid of the fat as well. So that's that. Right, we're going here. Getting there. Oh, hot. Ow. Ow. Whoops. Ow. Right, okay, so yeah, at this point, so there's the mince and the mushrooms and onions and chili doing its thing. Then I'll add the passata. And I'll just give that a bit of a rinse with some water, just to get all the excess off the inside of the container. Let's give it a bit of a swirl. Right. Tomato soup. Red kidney beans. Cool. And give it a spur. You can see it's starting to look very full there, but there's not much more that's going to go in really. Right, and then my sausage. So I've used 4 sausages for this, and oh, that's pretty darn full. So I'm gonna have to take that pretty gently gently, because it's right up to the brim now. But you understand there's a lot of water in there as well, so what I'm gonna let it do is just let it boil and reduce a little bit. At this point also add the garlic. Like so. And spices. So I've got oregano. Good quality of oregano in there. You can use fresh oregano if you want, but this is easier. Basil. basil. And bay leaves. So I chuck in about, I don't know, handful of those. So it's at 2, 5 or 6, just chuck them in there. Fresh bay leaves are actually better, but I can't always find fresh bay leaves. And gently, it's very, very full, isn't it? So it's going to be kind of extra gentle. So that's pretty much, I mean, that's all the ingredients. The only thing that I'll add now is salt and pepper, obviously. Seasoning, very important. Got to add salt and pepper. Maybe a little bit of sugar to soften the tomatoes. Although the tomato soup will probably do that because it's got a bit of sugar in it. And last but not least, red wine. Now this is, what's this, a Cab Sav. But you can use any kind of wine you like, but I'll probably wait now because that's quite full. So I'm just gonna bring that to the boil and then let that reduce a bit. That's really full. Before I start, stirring it too much. I don't want to spill it everywhere. So just gradually mix it up. So what I'll do is, bring it to the boil and then reduce the heat and kind of let it simmer for about an hour. Now, the thing about Bolognese, I mean, it'll be edible after about an hour, but the thing about Bolognese, it always tastes better the day after. So I could put it into my slow cooker. I've got my little slow cooker there, my thermal slow cooker. But I'll probably just leave it overnight, just, stewing its own juices. And it'll be fantastic tomorrow. So there you have it. Don't forget the red wine, very important. But I'll put that in later once it reduced. So that's my Bolognese. If you've got any questions on that, if you've got the comments, sing out below. But there you go. There's my Bolognese, and I bought some Parmesan cheese as well. I didn't buy any spaghetti, but I'll often have either couscous or I've got plenty of penne stored as well, so I'll have that. So I'll have a penne bolognese or couscous bolognese. But I do like spaghetti. I just don't have any on the boat at the moment. But there you go. There's my Aussie Boaters Bolognese. See ya.